Hey, look, I'm gonna touch on this real quick because I really don't want to get into this one because all the facts aren't out yet. Some of the facts are out, and I'm talking about Diddy, P Diddy out in California, Miami. I've been, looking at the news coverage and everything down there, and on him, I will say this. All these people that's coming out telling on him, I don't believe all of them are lying about his escapades and what he done to young kids and women and even some of the guys that he know that's in the rap game and other people. What sticks out the most to me is I saw something on the internet about him when that white guy, what's his name? He had an island where he was taking young girls and molesting them and grooming them for prostitution and trafficking. The guy that hung himself in jail. That's the guy I'm talking about. Before he did all that, got busted and caught up and all that stuff. The billionaire, the white billionaire, Puffy was going to visit him. So they was both doing stuff. I believe that part. They was both doing stuff together. An island where they can't get off. And they got to do whatever they say. The kids, the girls, and whomever else. I believe that. And certain other things that I've read and heard on the internet through other people, other stars, other folks that were at his wild parties and things like that. But what really got me when I was looking at the news today, how they treated his kids, they come in there with all that ammo and rifles drawn, pointing at his kids and everything, and making them walk backwards with their hands behind their head or on their head, whatever. That bothered me. Because just because they're his kids, they ain't got to be treated like that. You know what I'm saying? If it was a white person that had kids about their age, male or female, they wouldn't have got treated like that. See, certain white folks ain't gonna never change. And you better be listening to me out here, you folks. Some of you white folks, a lot of you white folks, and black folks and folks of all races that live here in the United States. See, people of color always gonna have a problem with white folks. I ain't gonna say every single one, but I'm saying them old school, redneck, racist prejudice, don't want to accept a change in this lifestyle. And what I mean by that is life goes on. People have come a long way from slavery, but certain white folks don't want to let go of that. The Ku Klux Klan is still around, talking stupid. They ignorant they of the devil. Always have and always will be. They ain't going to heaven. I don't know what heaven they figure they're gonna go to, other than Satan's heaven, because that's who they serving. They ain't serving Jesus Christ. They may say that, but their actions speaks and the word speaks volumes. It says something different. So, I'm kind of upset about that because I didn't like how they was treating his kids, but I will say I believe Puffy did a lot of the stuff that people are coming out and saying. Ain't nobody gonna make all that stuff up like this. It's too much. It's an overload of things. People have been around this guy for so many days, weeks, months, and years, and I don't believe it's a setup. He was doing it. Simple as that. Hey, you got top rappers top musicians, friends that been around him all his life. You got politicians, rich, wealthy, from other countries, different cities, states, townships, and principalities around the world, and they all invited to his parties all the time. And I believe that old dude that was getting him the drugs like that, I believe that's legit. Just based on what I'm reading and seeing on the internet, man. I don't believe all these people are lying. He getting on there talking about, Puffy I'm talking about, he getting on there talking about he didn't do none of this stuff and he's fighting for his life and fighting for his family. Well, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, he's lying. He's lying because why would everybody, a majority, an overload of people that he knew and still know are saying the same thing? Look, all it takes is 2-3 witnesses or more. If they saying the same thing, only they may say it differently, but it still comes out the same, he done something. That's why they taking their time digging, finding what he is up to and what he's been doing for a long time. Now, if you didn't do nothing, why would you jump in your plane and go to another country in the Caribbean if you wasn't guilty? And I've heard, just based on me watching the internet and listening to other people in that genre, into that clique, into that entertainment type circle, that he done had folks killed. Some say he killed Tupac and Biggie. He done beat up, from what I'm hearing. I ain't saying he did it. I'm saying from what people are saying on the internet. He done beat up certain rappers and beat up certain people and beat up certain women. You mean to tell me all of them is gonna lie and and they saying the same thing? Something is fishy. Something ain't right. So, like it always is, the truth gonna come out always. The truth always overrides evil and wickedness. This guy he's a satanic fool. He's a satanic lover of Satan. Doing all these rituals and all this kind of stuff. Look, I told you people in other videos, if you sell your soul for fame and fortune down here, you're going to get it for a while. Only they know how long it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they don't know. So now, to me, from seeing all this stuff, he done this for so many years. Now it's pay up time. Pay up time means with your soul. You out here selling your soul for the adversary of Jesus Christ, for fame and fortune. Yeah, you gonna get it. You got it. And it was good, but now it ain't good no more. Because now you caught up. And the end results is always negative. It's not good. Nothing good is going to come out of this other than the truth. The truth is going to make you or it's going to break you. Simple as that. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts and trying to get around it and beat around it. No. The truth always stands the test of time. And I personally, from hearing all this stuff, really I didn't like Puffy in the first place because he's arrogant. When I first seen him, I was like, nah. He cocky. He think he better than everybody else. Because he got this and he got that. And he got people under control. And he's doing this and he's doing that. But see, when you do that kind of dirt, that shit come back on you, man. And when it come back on you, it's going to be an avalanche of stuff that you can't get out of. So I think he did a lot of this stuff, personally. That's just my personal opinion. I don't care what nobody else say. But other people are saying the same thing. He won't win this battle. Even if he got Satan on his side, he won't. He's not going to win this one. But like I said, I ain't like how they treated his kids and stuff, but, I know that law enforcement has procedures they have to run by and go by. I understand that part. But still, if it was somebody of a white culture or another culture, they wouldn't have been treated like that. His kids wouldn't, or her kids, if it was a woman. It's all about this, man. See this right here? This blackness. It's all about this. Even if you're not black, you could be Asian, you could be Indian, you could be Italian. There's dark Italians, man. I got friends. I mean, be any ethnicity. Asian, But see, here's the thing that is screwing me up when I talk about this. They don't like us, and I say us, I'm talking about blacks, white, not white, well, Italians, they white, but they still got black blood in them. The Asians, the Indians, you know what I'm saying? All cultures that have color, they got a problem with that. But I don't understand white people like that when they treat us like that and say these kind of nasty, negative things, but they always out on the beach trying to get black like us. Well, if you don't like us, then why are you trying to be like us? Why are you out there trying to, get a tan, then you screw around and you stay out there too long, you get the fuck burnt up. You get burnt. Then you gotta go to the store and buy your little suntan lotion, all that stuff. Go to the doctor and get medication or creams and pills and whatever. If you don't like us, stop trying to be like us. Because we can handle it. I mean, there's some black folks, even myself, I'm light-skinned, you know what I'm saying? And I know some dark, blurple black people. They ain't stay in the sun too long. They gonna get burnt the hell up. And I know I did. When I went to Florida. Remember back in the 80s when they had the Jerry curls? Mine was on my shoulders. I went down there, my Jerry curls was not near my shoulders. When I came back, they were. All that heat down there. That sun don't discriminate. That sun don't care if you black, white, Asian, Indian, or whatever culture you come from, Italian, whatever. You stay out there too long, you're gonna get fried. You're gonna get burned. You're gonna have pain. And if you keep doing it and don't take care of it, it can cause you other problems. Cancer, skin cancer, and all that other stuff. But I'm just saying, I'm done with this after I say this. I think he did a lot of this stuff, personally. I'm not judging him. I'm going by what people are saying. I mean, this guy and what he done is all over the internet, man. It's on every level of the internet. You can't not run across it because it's everywhere. It's big news. And I don't think he gonna get out of this time. He done it many other times, but there comes a time, man, where it's just an overload of facts that's gonna sink his battleship for real, for good. Because he didn't know how to stop doing it. If he had a cooled out back in the 80s or so, he wouldn't be like this now. world getting ready to end now. This was 2024. He doing stuff back in the 70s and 80s, man. And I know, and I feel in my heart, he done killed some people. He done had people wounded or shot or killed. Out of greed, out of money, out of control, out of jealousy, out of haterism. And anything negative I haven't mentioned, I think he did do a lot of it. Because he got a lot of people telling on him. A lot of them talking to the police. So by the time they get ready to go to court and arrest him or whatever, he ain't gonna have too much money. He ain't gonna be a billionaire. Nah, he ain't gonna be that. Because he got too many lawsuits against him where he done people wrong. Women and men, old and young. Mentally, materialistically, money-wise, sexually, verbally. He ain't getting out of this. He think he is, but he ain't. He ain't getting out of this one. Because all the dirt gonna come back on him. All the stuff negative and evil he did to people, it's catching up with him. And he's going down. And he's gonna go down hard. And he won't be able to take it if he get jammed up. He won't. Because he's used to having his way. And doing what he want, carefree. He ain't gonna be able to do that jammed up. And then he's gonna have to fight for his life. Because there's gonna be people in there want to do him. For what he done to other people. Don't think it ain't. You see what happened to Jeffrey Epstein? That's who I was talking about earlier. That rich mogul, white man, that was using and trafficking young girls, especially over there on his island when he had it. It's a done deal, baby. I don't care how much money you got. Money ain't gonna solve all your problems. It ain't. It may solve some, or a certain percentage, but it ain't gonna solve every one of them. You know what's gonna solve it? The truth. The truth is of Jesus Christ. The truth is always, you hear me? Always going to set you free, and it's always going to win over negativity, evilness, darkness, and lies, and deceit. Truth always wins, hands down. You can't beat it. With that, I'm done. Later.